If you feel stuck getting over your ex because you didn't get the closure that you believed you deserved and needed in order for you to detach yourself from your ex, then this podcast episode is for you. What is up, my dear friend? My name is Tyler Joe Stratton. I am a heartbreak recovery coach as well as the founder of the Happy Heart Academy. And today we are diving into the 3 reasons why you don't need closure after your breakup. But before we get into that, I want to talk about, hey, listen, if you feel stuck, if you're unable to move on, to create any sense of movement or happiness, or if you're just unclear about what you can do today in order to get a roadmap for yourself, in order to move on, then I have a free training for you. It is my free training on how to move on. It gives you the 3 ways in which you can begin that everyone must focus in on in order to actually process their pain, move on, and create happiness after their heartbreak. And if that's something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the profile below for you will get this free training. It's like a 30-minute long free training, but nonetheless, it's going to help you, give you the roadmap. So if you're one of those people that are like, Tyler, it's been 6 months, it's been a year, I still haven't been able to move on, I feel stuck, then this free training is for you. Just go ahead and click the link in the show notes, depending on if you're listening to this on YouTube and or the podcasting app. It's on there. It will say free training. Nonetheless, that is going to be for you. That is going to be a helpful resource and tool to help you guide your way through this challenging heartbreak. Now, on to today's episode. Today, my dear friend, we are talking about the 3 reasons why you don't need closure after a breakup. I find it very challenging for most people to move on if they didn't receive that full break, right? If they didn't get the closure that they needed. If you didn't get the closure you needed, then you probably are telling yourself that this is the reason why I can't move on, is because they really never broke the ties. I never understood why they did what they did, or why we broke up, or why things even happened. And there's this internal belief that if you got the answer that you looked for, if you got the complete closure that you needed, then you would be able to heal and move on. Nonetheless, that's very untrue. Because I'm going to give you 3 truths today that will help you to wake yourself up to see that you don't need closure. Closure is not what you seek. Peace is. And there's a way that you can get peace, and there's a way that you can move on. But like I said, if you are ready to move on, then make sure to check out the link in the show notes for you will get that free training on what you can do to move on today. But number 1 I want to talk about is closure isn't something you have that is given to you by someone else. It is something that you can give to yourself. You see, closure isn't something you have to be given by someone else, by your ex, but it's something that you give to yourself. Without closure, it can oftentimes feel like you don't have the freedom to move on. Do you know what I'm talking about? That by your ex not giving you the exact reason why you broke up, or why they walked away, or why they caused this breakup to take place, ideally, all you've got to understand is closure isn't something that can be given to you by someone else. It's something that you have to give to yourself. Even if they do give you closure, once again, it doesn't mean you accept it. You can still live in denial. Like, how many of you know that it's truly over, but you wish that there was closure, and therefore that's still stopping you from being able to move on? So understand that your ex gave you all the closure that you absolutely needed. You know, everything that they needed to give you in order to move on, they gave you, because they chose to end things. They chose to move on. They chose to break it up. They chose to choose something or someone else over you. That should be all that you need for closure. You don't need a sit down. You don't need a talk to. You don't need a phone call. You don't need a text message explaining everything to you. It simply is like, enough is enough. They mistreated me. They didn't love me. They didn't make me feel good. They left me. And that, my friend, is enough reason on why you should begin to walk away with grace and begin your healing journey. So number 1, once again, understand that closure isn't something that you should be waiting for someone else to give you. It is something that you give you. It's another one of those gifts. Number 2, the second thing that I really want to bring up in regards to if you're not getting the closure that you're looking at. You see, number 2 is a matter of getting closure from your ex will not give you the relief and satisfaction you think it will. Did you hear me? Getting closure from your ex will not give you the relief and satisfaction you think it will. Many people believe that if only they knew the exact reason why the relationship ended, then they would instantly feel better and they'll be able to walk away. That's absolutely not the case. This idea of closure is totally an illusion. Even if you knew the exact reason for the breakup, you will still be left dealing with the feelings and having to heal your own broken heart. You see, what you're really after is a peace, is an inner acceptance, is an inner calm that will allow you to gain the courage to move on into better quality of feelings and a better quality of life, because you believe that you can make it out of this heartbreak without them being a source of your happiness. For example, a lot of people also believe that the reason they are unhappy is because their ex is not with them. They believe that their ex is responsible for their happiness, and if they want to be happy, they need to get their ex back. However, couldn't be further from the truth. You see, same thing goes with closure. Just because, once again, you think that if they gave you the exact reason why, and you've had to accept that answer, no matter what that answer was, I bet you 9 chances out of 10 you'd be more crushed than you would be healed. You would then be asking them why. Like, for example, if they were like, simply because I just don't love you anymore. Simply because I just don't want a partner and I want to feel more free. Simply because I just don't feel fulfilled, or I found someone new, or I just don't know about me yet enough to settle down and try to give someone else happiness. Or, I'm not happy, therefore I don't think I can make you happy, and therefore I should walk away, or whatever it may be. No matter the answer, intuitively, here's what I know to be true. You already know the answer, why they walked away. You just don't want to accept that truth. You want to there has to be other reasons. Now, there probably isn't any other reasons besides the true reason that you know to be true to you. And that's all the answer you need. Why do you believe that they broke up with you? Why do you believe that this breakup happened? No more I don't knows. I don't know is a cop out. It will leave you feeling stuck. It's like this petty, I do not like this mentality at all, because it keeps you stuck. And it's the mentality of easier said than done. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that from my clientele, from people on social media. Anytime I offer some advice, some helpful information, some guidance, easier said than done, Tyler. Well, of course it is. Everything's easier said than done, my friend. What isn't easier said than done? Sleeping is easier than said than done. Some people fight trying to get to sleep and staying asleep. Everything is easier said than done. Don't allow that mindset to stop you, to keep you stuck in your emotional turmoil. You see, getting closure from your ex will not give you the relief and satisfaction you think it will. What will give you the satisfaction and relief that you need is you need to learn how to move on. You need to learn how to let go of the unwanted emotional memories, thoughts, and emotions. You need to learn how to rebuild a better quality relationship with yourself, where it's a matter of deeply connecting back to you, your values, your beliefs, where you're going, who you want to become, and then you need to start to focus forward a little bit more, meaning you need something to look forward to, something that can uplift you, something that can help you to feel more fulfilled in this life. Because listen, if you have nothing to look forward to and you believe that your happiness is only found in the past, you will only stay in the past because that's where your happiness belongs. And that's where you believe your happiness is found. So nonetheless, the way that you want to begin to process this, what will give you the relief, what will give you the satisfaction, is being able to let go, to rebuild yourself, and to ultimately focus forward. So listen, you already have the answer that you're seeking out there. You're waiting for them to give you an answer, which then leads to number 3. Seeking closure will only keep you attached to your ex for a longer time, because you're trying to seek information. Once again, seeking closure will only keep you attached to your ex for longer periods of time because you're trying to seek out information. I've seen people spend weeks and months trying to get their ex to talk about why they ended the relationship. This is a huge roadblock you're putting in front of your healing journey, and oftentimes it will make it so much more difficult for you to be able to move on and to reclaim your happiness after heartbreak. Every time that you reach out to your ex demanding this closure to take place, you're taking a step back instead of forward. And remember, even if they do finally answer it, it won't provide you with the relief and satisfaction that you think it will. So listen, the reason why you don't want to continue to seek closure is because it's going to cause you to be more attached to them, because you're going to continue to seek them out via email, text message, phone calls, stalking, social media, whatever it might be. Nonetheless, you can't keep doing that to you or to them. Listen, you can't heal in the same space that made you sick. What that means is that you can't keep going back to the person that hurt you and expect to heal you. The person that hurt you can't heal you. They will never be good enough anymore, because you're always going to live in the fear that, well, they hurt me once, they can hurt me again. I trusted them with everything and they destroyed everything of me because I gave them my everything and then they just left me. So nonetheless, seeking closure isn't something that is going to give you the relief that you want. Getting the answer that you want from your ex isn't going to stop you from avoiding the emotional pain that you're dealing with. It actually might add to it. You see, closure is a matter of speaking to yourself and making sure that you have ended things. Being understanding of, I am better than this. I don't deserve to be mistreated. I don't deserve to be feeling like I'm not lovable, that I'm not loved or lovable or accepted or respected or appreciated. Getting closure is a matter of closing off the door of your dependence so that you can reclaim your independence. No more codependent partnerships. No more having to rely on someone else to make you happy. No more allowing someone to reshape you into who they want you to be and ignoring who you want to be. Getting closure is about closing the door on your old self so that you can evolve into your new self by letting go of the relationship that needs to be let go of. But my dear friend, if you are currently struggling and finding it challenging to move on away from the painful past, let go of the ex and reclaim your life and to reclaim the control over your future and happiness, then my friend, be sure to check out the free training in the link in the bio. For there, you're going to get the roadmap toward what I take everyone through, client, friend, everyone through, so that they can reclaim their life, their happiness, and move forward in peace and certainty. My name is Tyler. I am your Heartbreak Recovery Coach, coming to you today, hoping that you found this podcast episode helpful, encouraging, supportive, and uplifting. And if you did, you know what to do. Share it out with 1, 2, or 3 of your friends so that they can get a piece of the freedom and information and hope that they might also need.